Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this is a video I've been threatening to do for a very long time, but never got around to it. So getting around to it now. This right here is the Remington rifle number 1, or the Remington rolling block. This particular rifle, it's not unfair to say that this was an absolute game changer. Remington had developed this just in time to miss the American Civil War. It was developed in 1863, patented around 1865 as a split breech. The US government had bought a heap to issue out as carbines to cavalry, but the war had ended at that stage, and it just ended up getting surplus, and Remington bought them all back. But that didn't mean they just sat on the sidelines. This rifle was a Marshall rifle. This particular one is in 43 Egyptian. They also came in .43 Spanish. Actually, they came in any caliber that you wanted. Remington would just make them to order, whatever caliber you wanted them in. But probably the most common caliber really was .43 Spanish. And I think I could probably list the countries that didn't adopt this rifle quicker than I could list the countries that did adopt it. Countries that didn't adopt it were the United States. Federally speaking, anyway, the United States Army, the Federal Army, did not adopt it because they adopted the Allen conversion trapdoor. However, that doesn't mean that state militias didn't adopt it. And the New York State Militia, they did adopt it, and a few other state militias would today be called the National Guard. They also adopted this in 50-70 government, and a whole host of other countries. A lot of Central and Southern American countries adopted it in 43 Spanish. Denmark, Sweden adopted it in their own proprietary cartridge. Egypt had ordered about 60,000 of them in .43 Egyptian. The difference between 43 Egyptian and 43 Spanish is the difference between here and 4, really. I mean, they're not interchangeable, but to the naked eye, it's very hard to see the difference. Yeah, again, these were sold all over Northern Africa. Egypt, one of them, and Ottomans also took these. Spain adopted them. France bought a heap of them, just in time for their Franco-Prussian War, which at the open engagement didn't go too well for them. They lost a heap of chassepos and needed to replace those rifles, and they replaced them with these. As mentioned, Egypt had ordered a bunch of them that they couldn't pay for, so Remington were trying very hard to offload them to whoever would take them, and France would take them. France took a whole heap of them and issued them out to their troops in the Franco-Prussian War, while they upbred their arsenal to produce chassepos for the front lines. But these, an absolutely excellent rifle. So the way this works is you pull back on the hammer there, open it up, slide in your cartridge, close it up, bang. Oh, it's on half cock now, but there. Go bang. Rinse and repeat. That there is your ejector. You pull back on the rolling block, it'll fling out the old cartridge, put the new one in, and go again. Very, very simple to use. Very popular with the likes of as I said, kind of smaller nations with smaller militaries. Didn't have a ton of money to spend. They were relatively inexpensive as Marshall rifles go. That's why they were so popular. Again, very, very easy to use for kind of illiterate conscripts. Doesn't take a lot to learn how to use one of these. This is your sight here. 100, 200, 300, 400 yards. Then after that, you're going to flip it up and use your ladder sight there. Now this, as I mentioned, is in .43 Egyptian. It's almost devoid of any kind of markings. There's one marking here. Don't know if the light will pick that up. Just there, and another one here on the action body, and a couple of crowns, but I don't think they're British crowns on the barrel bands. So there we go. Now, in comparison to the one, a Martini Henry, which I was expecting to be roughly the same weight, or maybe a little heavier than this, is considerably lighter than this. When I weighed up both of them and discovered that the Martini Henry was significantly lighter than this here rifle. So it's either this is more dense, the steel is just better or heavier than the Martini Henry, or there's actually more to this than you can see. It side by side, the Martini Henry looks like a heavier, chunkier piece of kit than this, but this is significantly heavier. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you appreciated that little ramble. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Any comments, please stick them down below, and I'll talk to you again soon.